welcome back to part 1 of the Poriscope tutorial series, What is Poriscope? In this last section of part 1, we will walk you through how to customize your Poriscope experience. You will learn how to enable the different login levels as well as changing your user preferences so that your settings can actually match your workflow. As we saw earlier in part 1 of the series, we know that we have something called the login panel, which is to the right of Poriscope's main interface. And in the login panel, we can see information about the status of our analysis. What have we loaded, if it was loaded successfully, if it failed, why did it fail, etc., etc. It is a really useful tool to identify anything that it's maybe not right in the analysis we're conducting, why, if it's not right because of a scientific point of view or if it's not right because of a software point of view, what's going on. It's really useful, and the best part is that it's a GUI element, so that is an amazing feature of Poriscope. But it is important to know that sometimes it's also important and relevant to know what's going on in detail in the backend. And Poriscope allows you to do this in a really simple manner, so you just have to click on Settings, Advanced Settings, you can General, Advanced Settings, and then go to the login level section so you can modify the login level. So here I had it in warning, you can go to debug, and then what this will show you is here. Debug is the most detail you can get login wise. Then you have info, which pretty much tells you, for instance here, it says switch to page raw data view, the actions you're taking. It's giving you information. Warning tells you about potential issues, and error and critical tells you already like errors that are taking place and critical issues. For instance, if you have a filter that you name hello and then you want to create another filter named hello as well, it will pop up an error. So it will tell you how to go about it. So these are the different login levels. Further on in part 3, we will get more into detail about them, but it's important to know that you have the option to configure your login level in whichever way fits better your analysis workflow. And also consider that because of the level of detail, debug and information can have a toll on performance. So for most users, warning is a sufficient level enough. But then again, just take that into account and choose the login level that better fits your needs. We can also refer to the general section under settings, and you'll see the set data server and set user plugin folder. So set data server allows you to choose where most dialogues are gonna look up files from. So if you set here, and for instance, I'm gonna set it in I have it set on my USB drive. So whenever I wanna add a file, let's say here, an event loader, it's gonna open the USB because that's where I set it. That's where I said I want Poriscope to look up for data. But this only works as long as it doesn't get trumped by most recent history item in which the location was different. That can also happen for practical reasons. Then we also have set user plugin folder, and this is where Poriscope is gonna be actively looking for any custom plugins you may have. So by default is under app data local Poriscope user plugins, but you can switch this location. It is also worth noting that if you do change your plugin folder, you will have to relaunch the application for the change to actively take place. And that wraps up part 1 of the Poriscope tutorial series, What is Poriscope? You have now seen how the interface is organized, how to access the documentation as well as the built-in walkthrough, how to manage your sessions, and how to change your user preferences. These foundational tools are here to support you all along the way. In the next video, we will finally get into the core analysis workflow that you can perform using Poriscope, starting with loading your nanopore data and preparing it to detect events in the raw data view. See you in the next one!